Poll question today, Seton O'Connor. What are you thinking about?
If you were buying stock today, Dan, we got two from Paulie here.
Okay.
Which would you buy?
Okay.
MLS, WNBA, other.
MLS, other.
WNBA.
NBA. I'm going to say WNBA because their star is really young in Caitlin Clark, whereas MLS, your star is old in Messi. If you're going to get the tune-in factor with fans who are just going to watch something, how long is Messi going to play? Caitlin Clark's going to be there at least another decade there. Attendance is up dramatically. It's accessible, and I would buy stock in the WNBA over MLS. As far as other, I don't know if there's... I mean, if you're going to say MMA, I would have bought stock in MMA, UFC, because, I mean, that's a multi-billion-dollar business. But the WNBA, I hope they're able to add stars that you're going to tune in to watch other than just Caitlin Clark. You need to have that. You need to have a few more stars there. Juju Watkins, when she comes in, or Paige Beckers, when she comes in, you need more teams, and you need more stars that you'll tune in to see. And last night, Caitlin Clark put on a show. 24 points, 19 assists, and that's why I'm watching and I'm kind of laughing at the people who are trying to make this an argument or a discussion that Angel Reese is somehow the Rookie of the Year. And this isn't anti-Angel Reese. I told you, she is relentless. She reminds me of Moses Malone. If you're old enough to remember how Moses played, his shot wasn't pretty, but he was relentless. Both ends of the floor. He was going to get rebounds. He was going to get garbage points. He'll, putbacks. Aesthetically wasn't pleasing, but Angel Reese is kind of like Moses Malone. Caitlin Clark is on the worst team. There's a reason why they got the number one pick. They weren't good. She's making them at least playoff worthy. Now, granted, just about everybody makes the playoffs in the WNBA. But you're watching last night, and I mean, she scored or assisted on 66 of her team's 93 points. That's a WNBA record. She's gone 20-10 a couple of times this year, 3 times. 20-10 3 times this year. I mean, she's going to set all the rookie records in the WNBA. And for those who think she's just a logo shooter, just watch her play. She has the ability to pass that is equal or surpassing players in the NBA. Her ability to find the open person. It's remarkable. And as we talked about this yesterday, to see a play maybe 1 or 2 plays before it happens, or a pass here leads to a pass there. And she's unselfish, probably a little too much. She should have shot a little bit more last night. And I always go back, when we started this year, her season, I said she might be more of a facilitator and lead the league in assists more than just, and I thought she would be a 2010 player this year. She gets in a pick and roll with the Leah Boston, and, it's Stockton and Malone. And you saw that last night. But and we talked about how they front-loaded the schedule. They wanted to make sure everybody got to see Caitlin Clark, and she looked gassed. She looked tired. And I did say she didn't deserve to be on the Olympic team, and I meant that at the time. Now, is it a discussion point now? It is, but it's too late unless she gets on because somebody is injured. I don't know when you freeze your lineups there that she can't go on, but she is an alternate. We did ask about the men's team as well. When do you have to freeze your lineup that Jaylen Brown couldn't join the team, let's say, if Joel Embiid wasn't able to play? But with Caitlin Clark, she's playing her way into that conversation. And this is what's going to happen. You're going to get questions to the players on the Olympic team about Caitlin Clark. And there's 2 ways to approach this. You either, embrace it, good for our game. We hope that she'll be an Olympian. She'll have a lot of opportunities. She'll probably be on the team in Los Angeles. Or, hey, I'm not here to talk about somebody who's not here. And you're going to get 2 different philosophies here. The best way to go about it, acknowledge her. This is the team, and we're proud to bring home a gold medal here. And Caitlin's been great for the WNBA, and you'll be able to see her on the Olympic team in Los Angeles in 4 years. But, they just signed this new deal. Great timing. But that's the Caitlin Clark effect. She had a large say in this TV deal. That now, all of a sudden, players might get their salaries doubled. Now, is it just because of her? No. But I've said this before about Tiger had people who didn't even like golf, but were fascinated with Tiger. Wayne Gretzky, people watched hockey. They weren't hockey fans, but they wanted to see what Wayne Gretzky was all about. You may tune in to the WNBA just to see Caitlin Clark. Hopefully you'll see the other players, and you'll see how far the game has progressed, evolved, and that there are great athletes there. Asia Wilson has been playing great basketball for quite some time. It's just now people are starting to recognize her. Caitlin brought the spotlight, but the spotlight's big enough for a lot of other players, and that's where you benefit from it. Tiger came there, prize money all of a sudden, doubled. Now everybody benefited from Tiger Woods. Charter planes in the WNBA. But you have to embrace it, and you have to acknowledge what she's done. I mean, she should get MVP votes from this standpoint. Is she great? Yes. Is she the most valuable player in the league? And the answer is yes. For the league, she's the most valuable player because of like Michael Jordan should have been MVP every year because he was the most valuable player for the league. And that's what Caitlin Clark has been. But watching last night, she's amazing at times, spectacular at times. Basketball acumen off the chart. I did want to text my good buddy Doug Gottlieb, who is a college coach at Wisconsin Green Bay, and I said, could Caitlin Clark start for your team? He said LeBron James' son Bronny couldn't, so I wanted to see if Doug thought Caitlin could start for his team. A little tongue-in-cheek there with Douglas.